That's the reason body count for men and women matter. Why men care about it and why women don't want to talk about it. Let me finish this off.
But then, you already lived in the streets. I already lived in the streets.
Yeah, exactly. You both have.
So that's what I'm saying. I lived in the streets.
Yeah, men have a higher body count, honey.
I want to come back home.
Yeah.
And now these men are like, but you were out in the streets. So now
So
you're
were
not,
you,
you're not a homemaker wife material. And I'm like, no, but I am. Who am I trying to convince, them or myself?
What do you guys think about that?
I think that a lot of guys who like have that problem with you, like saying, "Oh, well, you're for the streets, right?" And then suddenly now it's like you have a
you
change.
wasn't?
How old are you?
25.
25. Okay.
And a half.
So usually,
Y'all, 25. The conversation for having been from the streets and having your hoe phase, that talk is like for 35, 38-year-old women, where they reform and try to rush to the altar. Y'all 25 talking like this, if y'all don't get somewhere and focus on your grad program or get your high value skill or go help out your mama or help out your sister who has 2 kids, y'all are killing. Y'all are killing this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're having a great day, a great morning, great afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you may be. Thank you for joining us today. And welcome to TMG Reacts. I am the host, I am the author, I am the creator. How to Get Great Dating Outcomes in a Modern World, parts 1 and 2. And on this channel, we're just going to react a little bit to what we see or what we're sent. Now, I got to figure out how to blur that out, because I just don't want to. So we'll do it. Whose podcast is this? This is how Unattainable is a high status man for women. Why? So this is the MOA podcast, moamentoring.com. Make sure you go like, get subscribe. I don't think it's secretly mad, but that's funny. That's actually good. I'm gonna do that reaction. All right. Rollo, Moa, and some people. Rollo is like the new king of Red Pill. And he's a Christian who's been in a happy, healthy, successful relationship, I believe, for 30 years. Telling men what to do to get to that level that most people don't like what he has to say or his delivery, but he has the results. Here's what I'll encourage you to do. If you never ever come back to a site, if you never ever come back to one of my channels or see one of my shows, just know this. If you're going to take relationship advice, take it from people who are happy, healthy, and successful. Not people who are couples goals. Not what the media wants you to believe your relationship needs to look like. But people who are living in the trenches, the way you are living in the trenches, day by day, going to work, commuting, or hybriding, or remoting in, trying to do the laundry, trying to get the kids out the door, get with that person. But the title of this is How Unattainable is a high status man for, hold on. This is how unattainable a high status man is for women. Probably should have put the title. No judgment. I don't care. So it looks like there's a panel of 3 for Moa and for Rollo. And they look like they're having a good time. They got their bottles of water. They got their blue cups, probably a little something in it. You know, good for you guys. So I just want to see where this goes, and then I'll give you my reactions to that. TMG reacts. Let's react. Fair use, fair use. I'll blur that out, and we'll just go from there.
How tall do you need your man to be?
Over 6 feet.
Okay, 6 feet. How about you?
What are we talking about? Height?
Yeah, height.
Oh, okay, that high. Yeah, like 6 foot. I date short guys too. I love short guys.
What's the shortest you'll go, honey?
We love short guys.
Probably about 6 feet because I want to comfortably wear 4-inch heels.
Yeah, how
Nice.
tall are you? You're
Nice.
hot. Like, how
I'm
tall are you?
5'8".
Oh,
Okay.
So I want to wear 4-inch heels and
Beautiful.
have my man be taller.
Okay, so my question, my question is, what percentage of the population do you think is over 6 feet tall?
Okay, I see where this is going. I'm just going to write some notes from here on out when I do my shows, guys. So you're going to have to be patient with me, because if I'm going to cook them and give you guys the information that you want, then I'm going to have to remember all of the foolishness. I'm sorry, all of the statements that are made. So first, how tall is your guy? And the first woman said 6 feet plus. Another one says 6 feet plus, and the other one says 6 feet plus. And because she's a modern woman, we talk about here, because I wear 4-inch heels, and she's 5'8". So that puts her, if we're doing math, at 5'12", which is 6 feet. Now, you want to know why? The only problem I have with women saying that they want a man to be a certain height. When you look at entertainment, because that's what y'all like to do, when you look at entertainment, the men and the women on TV and in the movie screen are typically the same height. Unless you got Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman, they're typically eye level. Just look at Tom Cruise and all his movies. All his women are eye level with him. And he wears... So that has always, since 1996, that's what men have heard, through my view. I'll have to ask my cousin, because he can let me know about the late 80s. But since 1996, that's what I heard. I need a man who's going to be at least X amount tall because I want to wear my hips. That got to be some of the dumbest thing to say. Because you're looking over a bunch of short kings that's out here actually able to do it for you. So that's the first red flag in what we talk about. Why are we doing this reaction to red flag? Because here at TMG, we believe that you are the problem if you are getting poor dating and relationship outcomes. We also believe that you 100% have the ability to fix them. It's not your mama's fault, it's not your daddy's fault, it's not your cousin or your auntie's fault, it's not your ex's fault, it's not your baby daddy's fault, it's your fault. You are the reason you're not getting outcomes. There's something about you that you are doing that is making it where people are repelling from you. So we say here at TMG, in order to get the great dating outcome you've always wanted, you have to know who you are, know what you want, know what you qualify for, and with whom you qualify for, know what they want from you. This red pill community and the blue pill community, they're both so toxic, and neither one of them like each other. It's hilarious. The men in there don't like women, and the women in there don't like men. And the men on the red pill want women to be accountable and logical like men, and the women want the men on the red pill side to be more emotional and feeling based like they are. At the end of the day, all it does is keep people separated. We believe at TMG that the best outcome for a society is when we have one man, one woman, long-term relationship, marriage, children, legacy as the result. When you are tied to something bigger than yourself, when you are tied to the ideal of a family, when you are tied to parenting, when you are tied to being a spouse, you cannot be as selfish as you once were. It doesn't work. Where all my military folks are. It don't work to have a bunch of individuals out there with individual needs. You'll have loss of life. Everybody got to be on one accord, one page, follow one voice, natural hierarchy, natural order, which is the platoon. So, whatever. They don't care. All right. So, percentage of population you think is over 6 feet tall? Most women always say 15 to 20%.
I don't know, like 10, 15%.
It's like 14%. And then how much do you want your guy to make?
We had this conversation.
Yep.
What did I say last time? Like 100,000.
100,000. What do you want your guy to make?
Okay, so I learned, I was like, oh, I don't care. And then I looked after men And now I'm like, I
You
want them to
care.
be
Yeah, you want them to be. She wants them
Now
to be
I care.
generous and broke somehow. I don't understand how that works.
No, I never cared about, you know me.
I know that
I'm
you
never
don't
like
want them.
that.
You don't care, and you
Never
want them
been
to be
like that.
generous, but they're broke at the same
Never
time.
ever been like that, but now I've learned my lesson. Now you got to be making some money to look after me.
How much?
You're asking me, and I almost moved into a treehouse.
Okay.
At one
Don't look at me like
point.
that, Tristan.
Girl, what?
Like, actually
Don't
picked
you
up my
judge
life
me.
and moved into a treehouse. I mean,
What is this guy doing? What's he doing? Is he taking cute? Is he a plant?
if I'm living in America and I want to live comfortably, I don't know, like $400,000-$500,000.
Okay. So,
All right. Let me tell you why that part is important. I'll just clip that there. How much does he have to make? Thank you for joining us. Fair use. First said 100,000. Another one said 500,000. And then I think the third one said, I don't know where they got 100. Turn off the caption. How do I do that? That's awful. I think the other one said 200. All right. Here's what I will tell you when it comes to money. Remember, who you are, what you want, what you qualify for, and who you qualify for. We believe at TMG that people over the line of manhood and womanhood qualify for a long-term relationship and a great relationship outcome. The rest of you do not. Who are the people that qualify? Modern men, modern women. Traditional men, traditional women. High-value men, high-value women. You males and females. You guys and gals. You city boys and city girls. Boys and girls. And there are a host of reasons that we talk about in our book. Go check it out. There's a download button available. And we're not going to talk about that. But if you are a modern woman, what a modern relationship is, as of this recording in 2024, is 50-50. You do your part, I'll do my part, we bring our parts together. I think I did a video during my live in the 2024 summer season about home ownership with millennials and Gen Z, and how women who purchased homes in the last 10 years are starting to regret the decision, because I have stated and firmly believe that houses in communities were meant for families, not single mothers, not individuals. Why would you want to be in a community full of families if you don't have a family? That makes no sense. You need to be downtown, in a condo, an apartment, in a tree house, stacking your money, building your high value skill, male or female, until you make the commitment that I'm ready to make a deal, ladies, and I'm going to go qualify for the man that I want, or men, I am now eligible to be the provider, the protector, the professor, and the priest in my home. So now I am ready to go lead in that level. Stop buying houses. So this all equates to, when you ask this question, and you typically only ask it of women, how much does your guy need to make? Well, most of them are going to say over $100,000. The average median household in the United States, roughly of this reporting, is around $72,000 a year. Household. So that's a family of four. $72,000 between two people, they're roughly making over around $36,500, $37,000 each. And you can live comfortably. I know that's hard to believe when you look at social media, but don't look at social media, look at the realities of life. People are able to make that work. It's the first thing. So $100,000 for wanting your man to make, ladies, won't solve your problems. It won't solve your bad decision making. It won't solve your student loan panic. It won't solve your lifestyle and credit card panic. It won't solve you wanting a new car every 3 years, because $100,000 ain't enough. It's more than enough for the man that you need, but you can't take the full $100,000. If he quote makes $100,000 a year, he's still under the line of what we say high value needs to have, and high value is only after a 5 to 10 year period. still way under the line, which is, as of this recording, for inflation. If you put this 10 years later, 12.5. Take home. 12.5. I know, you're like, well, why 12.5? Because 12.5 really puts you at a whole different caliber of home ownership, neighborhood, expectation, and you can have 3-4 kids with that. Even if mom doesn't work. Which, at that 12.5, she shouldn't need to work, honestly. What are we doing? So, $100,000 isn't enough. $200,000 is more realistic. So let's say both of you are making over $100,000 a year. Your net take home after taxes is around 90, 95 a piece. Okay, that's really good. Here's the problem. His 100 is not going to help elevate your lifestyle the way you think it is. Not going to get a better house in a better neighborhood than you qualify for. You're not going to get a better car. You're not going to be able to have one or more kids, and you're not going to be able to stop working if you choose to. $500,000 does. $500,000 is a completely different way of thinking. Now, there are plenty of TikToks and YouTubes and posts that we have seen over the last 15 years of all of social media's existence of people talking about the Henrys and the Dinks living paycheck to paycheck. And there are a lot of, in your hometown, $500,000 households that are living paycheck to paycheck. No savings, no emergency fund, no plan for retirement, no investment in businesses, no IRA, no Roth, no mutual funds, no brokerage accounts, not purchasing treasury bonds and debt, no dollars in value in any CDs while interest rates are high. Because they're living, their lifestyle won't allow them to. You got 4 cars and a 3-car garage. Make that make sense. So $500,000 a year helps you, but if you don't fix why you want that and help people understand why you want that, it doesn't make sense. Y'all really only need about $89,000 a year to live. And with that, you don't, like the credit card companies, hey, you don't need a credit card. You'd never have to swipe a credit card. Because you would do this thing that I know is a bad word, trigger warning, budget. $89,000 a year is more than enough for any single person living in North America as of this recording. I don't care if you are in New York or LA, I don't want to hear it. You're eating out too much. You don't need to do Pilates and a workout class and the gym and have a personal trainer. You don't need the new iPhone every year. You don't need a brand new car every 2 years. Stop leasing cars. Leasing cars are for business owners, not for you. Let's continue. Y'all got me going.
The rich ones are stingy.
Like $500,000 a year.
That's why they're rich.
What percentage?
Yeah, what percentage of men do you think make $500,000 a year?
They're not gonna.
Top 1%.
It's about 1%.
She wants the 1% that shit.
So you understand, like it's not 2%.
Y'all laughing.
It's not 2% plus 14%. It's 2% times 14%, right? So it's 2% of 14%. That's the men you have to choose from.
Okay.
Did
Yeah.
you guys know that Michael has a son?
That's why I'm still single.
Wait, what? You're just spilling tea.
She gets it. Beautiful. All right, awesome.
Yeah, I would just say be careful for the guys who are, wanting these things. Because there's a lot of girls who are going to say that they want these things, but it's after they were up. So be super careful. True.
Oh wow. Oh, I like it.
Wow, wee wow, little man. So wait, hold on a minute.
I think
I'm wow, wee wow.
True. There's a lot of girls. Yeah, I would just say be careful for the guys who are, wanting these things. Because there's a lot of girls who are going to say that they want these things, but it's after they were up. So be super careful. True.
I think
I'm wow, wee wow, little man. So wait, hold on a minute.
Say that again.
Wow, wee wow, little man.
No, he's right though, because like exactly living proof. Like I went through like a hump phase, and then it's like then you want
beef with
then
her.
you
Not
want
beef with her.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not gonna be sir. Anytime you go on any type of show, we're not gonna I'll talk about that as we close this out. So I think he's saying this is the fear that's being pushed and the loneliness that's being pushed by the red pill. Every woman that you meet is a hoe. So even if you have resources, you need to be super careful. First of all, you need to be super careful if you make $50,000 a year. Because men, and listen, men, if you choose the wrong woman, she will derail you for a decade. Say that again. If you choose the wrong woman, she will derail you for a decade. And the decade starts after you break it off. So you have to work your way back up after a bad decision on your part. That's the first thing. Second thing is body count, all of that. As a Christian, we are all sinners. We are all supposed to sit at the feet of the Father and ask, what must I do to be saved? Through the Son, Jesus Christ. It's that simple. If you have a body count, the one thing that I will tell you, if you have not released the souls that you are taught to, you are not going to be able to pair bond. So a lot of y'all have had multiple divorces and y'all haven't released those souls yet. That's the reason body count for men and women matter. Why men care about it and why women don't want to talk about it. Let me finish this off.
But then, you already lived in the streets. I already lived in the streets.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly. You both have.
that's what I'm saying. I lived in the streets.
Yeah,
now
men have a
I want
higher
to come
body
back
count,
home.
honey.
I want to come back home.
Yeah.
And now these men are like, but you were out in the streets. So now
So
you're
were
not,
you,
you're
Dapper
not,
Dog.
you're not a homemaker wife material. And I'm like, no, but I am. Who am I trying to convince, them or myself?
What do you guys think about that?
I think there's a lot of guys who like have that problem with you, like saying, "Oh, well, you're for the streets, right?" And then suddenly now it's like you have
And
a
you
change.
wasn't?
How old are you?
25.
25. Okay.
And a half.
So usually,
Y'all, 25. The conversation for having been from the streets and having your hoe phase, that talk is like for 35, 38-year-olds, where they reform and try to rush to the altar. Y'all 25 talking like this, if y'all don't get somewhere and focus on your grad program or get your high value skill or go help out your mama or help out your sister who has 2 kids, y'all are killing this. 25? Now she ready to settle down. Here's what I talk about. So this is for the city girls and the city boys. The reason that a modern woman won't and a modern man won't pick you is because you are for the streets. City by definition means I am for the streets. I like fast life. I like fast money. I like consistent money. I like lifestyle. I like being on the scene. I like being seen. I like being talked about. And I love conquest. Going from baller to baller, rapper to rapper, country singer to country singer, city girl. Going from hairdresser to nail tech to esthetician to kindergarten teacher, city boy. Oh, personal trainer, that's their other favorite, personal trainer. Ridiculous. But this is what the conquest leads to, and what Rollo is talking about, and what he is speaking to that is very important for young ladies to hear. The man that you want, that's modern, that's traditional, and God forbid that's high value, he has options and he does not have to tolerate that. Because for every 10 women, if 7 have been promiscuous, 3 have not. He will make the 3 work regardless of her education, her sex, her religion, her area code, her profession. Because the line is going to be drawn like, oh no, I got these 10 girls and these 7. This one dated my homeboy, this one dated the trainer. This is why, ladies, that y'all get so upset when you guys are on these dates and these men are asking you questions about your past. Because when he talks to you and in 4 years you've had 6 boyfriends, he's just kind of like, and you lived with 2 of them? Yeah. How long did you live with one? 3 years. How long did you live with the other one? 6 months. Why'd you live with it for 6 months? I was just trying it out. It's chaotic. That's bad decisions. Remember, $100,000, $200,000 ain't enough to get you out of your bad decisions. I ran on my credit with him. He ran my car up. He wrecked my car. So now somebody else got to play cleanup. No. Get it together. Men have options are not tolerating that stuff. Beyond the previous 5 years. It's stopped.
Used and abused at 25,
Usually,
apparently.
of course, they're gonna give you shit for your tattoos anyways. But, no, I was gonna say is like, what's funny to me is like it's one extreme or the other. It's either you got to be some virgin wife from the Dutch Amish country in Pennsylvania somewhere, or else you got you gotta find some like they want a virgin bride, and these guys are just these asocial kind of like autistic children in the first place. Or you're a used up, ran through bag.
Yeah, it's a paradox. Stephen Arno talks about it. It's guys want the virgin. That's what. Yeah.
Okay.
It is what it is.
A whore is a terrible, terrible term. Like for instance, especially depending on how old you are.
She does not like that guy. If you guys don't understand social cues, she does not like him.
Like for instance, I probably had like a boyfriend, like slept with one guy or something, maximum 2 a year. But then when you add it all together, it actually looks really bad, as opposed to a guy who's out every weekend and then they're like banging everything in sight. And then they're like,
Yeah,
but
you know
now
most
I
guys
want a
can't bang
virgin
everything in sight. You know that, right? You know
I want
that.
a girlfriend. I'm like, well, go get your pussy done, okay? And then just forget what happened.
What?
You know most guys can't bang everything in sight. You know that, right?
They actually can. And then
They can. All right, so I'm done. I'm stopping you. I'll do the link to the video and to the website. But guys actually don't live that life. Don't let rappers and athletes lie to you. They don't live that life. Most guys that you meet, the city boys, the guys and the males, drawing the line that you keep meeting and hanging out with every weekend or seeing or on the scene. They're not banging every night. They're not banging Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then having somebody come over on Sunday. That's sneaky. They'll be lucky to get somebody done. I've done videos in the past, please go to the channel and pull them up, where we talk about this generation of young men, 18 to 34, is the first generation to say that they're in no relationships and been sexless on average 2 years at a time. So they'll go 2 years without sex. And that's just the numbers that you're seeing on that site. So a city girl or a female, according to her, early, city girl, and then city number 2, they are dealing in the orbit of the males and the city boys that are slanging all night, and that's who they're dating, and that's why their relationship outcomes are poor. You keep dating below the line and you don't bring yourself above the line. You got to get yourself above the line, because getting yourself above the line is where the great relationship outcome is. But I want to know what you think. How high? This is how, like, I don't know what they were trying to say. How unattainable is a high status man for? Want to know what you think. I'm your host, I'm the author, I'm the creator. TMG Book Series, How to Get Great Dating Outcomes in a Modern World. Parts 1 and 2 available to you. They are available to you. You can go to our website and get signed up. And then you can also subscribe, Facebook, Insta, YouTube, TikTok, X, don't give it to them. Go to our website and then buy the books. Join the community. We also do live streams. Live is typically an event that we do over the summer months. We're out of the summer now. I don't care what none of y'all say. Summer's over. And we're now back to the react video, which will have frequency once a week. So make sure that you go purchase the books. Thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get more content like this. And go check out some of the other content creators in this space that I have done work with, collaborations, and follow. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.